And of course, I messed it all up. Let's start from the beginning because I didn't add sound to it. I'm stupid. What do you want?
My first question is this: what can we do to help you with your campaign, first of all?
I know y'all both activists, and I am too in my own way, right? I'm very much in a lot of ways, but I know how to turn it off and turn it on. You know, I know how to be in certain spaces. You know, you got to be able to turn it off and turn it on.
Correct.
So, like, we literally, y'all, like, this is the only way you're going to change the dynamics in South Carolina. You got to find some folks that are a little bit polished, maybe are not, you know, nobody really knows them that well. Maybe they haven't really been politically active. But we need some secret sleepers. Like, we need them to run as the other side, even though they for our side. And we need them to win.
Right.
Because that's how, like, I mean, we can battle them in public all day. As long as we know we working for the same goal. You know, I tell my colleagues up here all the time, I'm going to be that bitch every day of the week. Got too many people that ain't us, ain't out for us, and look like us. I mean, but honestly, these ain't the same type of black people that I grew up around. I don't recognize these black men. So I don't black because I don't understand the type of black that they are. Now, can I talk intelligently? I can move in all kind of circles, but I'm a nigga at heart. I love black people. I feel safest around my people. So for me, I feel like, y'all, we need sleepers, but we need a group of sleepers. We need some folks we need some folks that can wear all black at night and take their yard signs down when they sleeping. The same they do to us, just the other way. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta make a bunch of noise about it. We ain't gotta go live about it. Just don't say just like when somebody drop money and you pick it up. You pick that up and keep walking. And then when you get in there, when we get enough of us in there, we can wreak havoc for real from the inside out. Then we can flip some from the inside out. We got to take back some of these seats, especially in these local elections. You know, we need people to run as Republicans in these local elections. And we need, I mean, they family, they can't tell their family, you know, period. Because I can't trust family. Family, the first one turn on you. You can't tell them. So, you know, like, man, I didn't think he would ever be a Republican. You know, they're going to have to be able to, listen, when I say they're going to have to be able to take some I'm talking about at the dinner table at Thanksgiving when they on the Republican ticket and everybody at the table looking at them sideways like, I can't believe y'all trying to They got to be able to take that on their chin. Yep. And I still got to struggle to raise money for my campaign. Where the is my black people with money? I don't care about no dope money. Give me that dope boy money. Where the duffel bag boys? Find you somebody in your family that don't even know you donating to my campaign and put that under their name.
Whoa. Okay, that's what we're doing? That's the way it's going to play out, huh? Now, I've said it before. You know, all you have to do to win a seat in this election, this midterm election, is just say you're a Republican. She hit it on the head. But out of that entire thing, what worries me the most really is all of it. Now, this is something I haven't seen anybody touch yet, except for Project Veritas, who brought this video out here, but it seems to have been suppressed. I literally caught it in passing not too long ago. But yeah. South Carolina, what the hell y'all got going on down there? But welcome to another episode of Voice of the People here. Abel is working today. We've got to get some kind of something set up with him. I do apologize for the screw up. I forgot to add the audio to a new scene that I made just for that kind of thing, so I didn't have to go flip it around on this to make anything actually work. So I had to start that over. My apologies. And the green screen's screwing up like always. That's about normal. But before we get started on any of this, ladies and gentlemen, y'all need to make sure you smash that like button. Go ahead and share this screw up with your friends. So we can get a bigger audience going, and that we can have conversations with you, the people out there. This is what the whole show is about, to have conversations revolving this, to get your thoughts and your opinions and just basically your voice on everything. Because we all know how everything works with the mainstream media. They're going to tell you whatever they want to tell you, make it seem like it's the predominant voice. And I got a feeling it's not. But go ahead and make sure you share this and get things going here, so we can talk to regular people like yourself on a regular basis, and we can get something going to start reaching out to more people. But today, of course, we're going to talk about what we just listened to. We're also going to talk about the gunman who shot up that parade, and I forget exactly where it is, but the gunman who shot up the parade on 4th of July. We covered that yesterday. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. Bette Midler says trans-inclusive language is erasing women as a whole, and she's catching backlash from that, which we all knew was going to happen. You speak out against the woke mob, things come your way. We also got another story of a 100-year-old World War II veteran who broke down, saying this is not the America that he fought for. Moving little story, and we're going to get into that as well. What really worries me the most, though, is these people that are taking these stances, just like what we just saw from that woman in South Carolina. These people are now going to be in government. These people are going to be the ones representing you. These sleepers who say they're Republican or who say they're Democrat and get into office and push their own ideologies, their own agendas. We got to do something, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm kind of questioning how this works, how this goes about, because how do we stop it? But let's go ahead and roll into this first story here. This one comes from Post and Courier, Palmetto Politics. State Rep Krystle Matthews stands by prison phone call banter and recording leak by Project Veritas. The probe into the recent leak of the audio featuring South Carolina state lawmaker making what she called tongue-in-cheek remarks to an incarcerated prisoner about questionable campaign practices is now in the hands of law enforcement. How is that tongue-in-cheek? You meant what you said. You literally meant what you said. And why are you talking to a prison inmate where all calls are being recorded? What fucking sense does that make? And why are you talking to an inmate about your political campaign? Oh, it was a joke. It was a joke. That's what everybody says when they get caught, right? It's a joke. Yeah, you're a joke. Over the weekend, an edited version of the comments made by the Democratic State Representative Krystle Matthews on February jailhouse call was released by right-wing activist group Project Veritas. Oh, here goes the framing yet again. I'm going to point it out every time. Right-wing activist group Project Veritas. Right-wing. To make you think that they're lying. Even though she said, yeah, it happened and it was a joke. Yeah. The group has a reputation of trying to catch politicians, journalists, liberals, and academics in compromising statements through critics, though critics say their word are often taken out of context by its members and allies. How do you take that out of context? How do you take that out of context when you find somebody that's doing some corrupt, crooked shit and you release it? That's not taking it out of context. Straight up lie. Some of the banter in the call included advocating for taking money from drug dealers and finding stealth candidates to run as Republicans. That's exactly what the fuck she said. Yes. I don't care about no dope money. Give me that dope boy money. Matthews is identified as saying, according to the audio, "We're the duffel bag boys." Matthews easily won statewide Democratic primary runoff June 28th for the nomination to be party's challenger against Republican U.S. Rep. Tim Scott in November. How the recording got in the hands of the group remains a mystery. The South Carolina Department of Corrections says a copy of the call was forwarded to law enforcement. This better remove her from the fucking docket. A spokeswoman said the agency had no record of anyone requesting an original copy. We referred it to the appropriate law enforcement authorities, says spokeswoman Christy Stain, who noted jailhouse calls are public record. She confirmed what may have been a three-way call is not permitted under Corrections Department rules. It is not. It is not. And the fact that somebody else spoke up proves it's a three-way call. But it's all recorded. So why are you doing it in the first place? That's dumb. I see you, Abel. You need to go back and listen to the beginning of this. I did fuck it up because I forgot to add the sound to a new scene here. But yeah, you need to go back if you didn't and listen to the beginning of this because this woman, yeah. Representatives from state law enforcement division did not respond to a request for comment while the attorney's office declined comment. Project Veritas could not confirm the Post and Courier to be obtained in the recording just 3 days after the date of their February phone call between Matthews, Ladson, and Inmate in the Perry Correctional Institution in Felser. David Solomon Ballard, who's serving time for threatening law enforcement. Project Veritas only released 3.5 minutes of the 43-minute call, which the Post and Courier later obtained via SCDC. In the edited version, Matthew appears to advocate for candidates engaging in a number of campaign activities to win races in South Carolina. These included willfully accepting drug money from campaign donations, encouraging Democrats to run as Republicans, and removing opponents' campaign signs from people's yards in an attempt to change the dynamic in South Carolina. That is exactly what the hell she said. Damn near verbatim. Find me somebody from your family that don't even know you donating to my campaign and put that bleep under their names, she said at one point. Matthews did not respond to multiple requests for an interview from the Post and Courier over several days. Project Veritas has surfaced before in South Carolina. In 2017, the group's founder, James O'Keefe, sent an actor to the two Department of Health and Human Services offices in the Low Country, posing as Irish Republican Army supporters seeking health and care assistance as part of a larger effort to expose medical fraud throughout the country. This is probably going to continue to try and target Project Veritas to make them seem evil and corrupt. When you heard it from the woman's own mouth, where she was given the N-word time and time and time again, saying she was going to take drug money. She's willing to take drug money. She wants people with duffel bags full of money, no matter how they got it, to donate to her campaign. She wants people to run as Republicans so they can change the South Carolina as a whole. So these Republicans can be rhinos and vote for the Democratic Party because, they are Democrats. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, this is happening. This is happening. in South Carolina. Elsewhere in 2010, O'Keefe and his colleagues were arrested in New Orleans in an alleged plot to tamper with sitting U.S. Senator Mary Landrieu's phone system. O'Keefe later pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor in that case, and the court later found that there was no intent to tamper with the phone system. Yeah. Yep, here we go. More attacks on Project Veritas. Project Veritas declined to provide a full, unedited version of the conversation it has involving Matthews, saying that the audio clips largely spoke for themselves. As journalists, I'm sure you'll understand why we don't release anything beyond what we already put out, said Mario Baladin, media relations manager for Project Veritas Action Fund. The edited comments were quickly dispersed by major conservative figures like Laura Logan and Georgia U.S. Rep. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who said in a tweet, Matthews needs to go to jail, not the Senate. She is fucking correct. I don't give a shit how you want to demonize Marjorie Taylor Greene. She is 100% correct. She needs to go to jail. 100%. Lock that bitch up. Throw away the key. Matthews has defended her comments in some media interviews, including with WSCS TV, saying that they were a tongue-in-cheek effort to relate with a member of the black community in a larger conversation about inspiring black men and women to become more engaged in political activism and organizing in groups like the Conservatives' Moms for Liberty. Okay, so it was tongue-in-cheek to inspire people to run by saying, give me drug money and let's have sleeper agents within the Republican Party. Krystle Matthews. She is a Democratic senator candidate in South Carolina. Yeah, that's who needs to go to jail. Communications is not about how you give it. It's about how it's received. As a matter of fact, here you go. Let me go ahead and, oh, damn. I got rid of it. Okay, I will find it and post it in the comment section where I got that video from. Communications is not a, as a matter of fact, let's do that right now. Krystle videos. No, that actually, I'd have to search it straight from YouTube. Because they're just going to give news stories over this. Okay. Where the hell did I find that? Okay. And of course, they're going to suppress the hell out of it right here. Was that it? No, that's not that one. Yeah.
Them to run.
No, that was not the full thing. Well, we can use that one as a little reference for y'all. No, because that comes from News Time. Shit. Where did I find that shit? 50 seconds. It was like 3.5 minutes or something. We'll go in here. Videos. You know what? I know where it is. Give me a second. Ah, yes. Oh, Project Veritas action. I'm going to go ahead and link the video there on both Twitch and YouTube. All right, there you go. I think I linked it twice, did I not? Yep. Shit. Okay, whatever. But you get the point. All right, let's go back to this one here. Yeah. Communications is not about how you give it, it's about how it's received, Matthews told the Charleston station in a June 28th Facebook Live interview. It's not about how you give it, it's about how how it's received. Okay. You kind of have a point, but when you're talking like that, how do you want people to take it? I don't understand what the hell you mean by that. Now you're just trying to backpedal on all this shit because you've been caught. That's what I'm getting from this. If you are talking in a manner where people can't understand the point you're trying to make or to get where you are, then you're defeating the purpose. Okay, so you literally want to talk to a criminal about criminal activity, saying it's tongue-in-cheek to get them riled up and politically active by saying you want his dope money. Huh? How is that tongue-in-cheek? And you want criminal activity to be involved in your political campaign. That's exactly what you just said. It is unclear why Matthews is discussing politics with Ballard. Thank you. A spokeswoman with the Department of Corrections said Ballard is active with the Charleston Black Liberation Fund, which considers him a political prisoner. He's a political prisoner for threatening cops. Stupidity is the biggest fucking pandemic of this planet. The group declined any involvement in the organization call in organizing the call. In 2018, Ballard was sentenced to 14 years in prison for making social media threats against Aiken County Sheriff Michael Hunt and injuring a SLED agent during his arrest in previous December. The South Carolina House Ethics Committee released a statement on June 28, saying it was aware concerning statements made by an unidentified member of the House. You were aware of it, and you couldn't identify who it... Come on. Y'all could point my voice out on a phone call. But you can't point her voice? No. Committee Chair Jay Jordan, Republican from Florence, said there would be no comments on the matter and the committee would only act on verified information. Sounds like they already got some sleepers going on there, because wouldn't you want to check in on that shit? Would you want to investigate that? No? Okay. Matthews is currently serving in state legislature and simultaneously running to defend her House District 117 seat in November, while at the same time she is seeking the U.S. Senate seat now held by Tim Scott. Oh, let's go to the next one. Krystle Matthews wins Democratic nominations for U.S. Senate and versus Republican Tim Scott. Now, that was June 28th. This one came out... What was this? All the way back up to the top. June 29th. So a day later, they brought this out. After she won the Democratic nomination. I don't want to subscribe to your bullshit. Okay, apparently I'm going to have to if I want to read that. But yes, Krystle Matthews wins Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate versus Republican Tim Scott. What the fuck have y'all got going on in South Carolina? What is going on in South Carolina that this woman is able to win the nomination and defend herself by saying it's tongue-in-cheek that I'm talking to a felon in prison about my campaign, asking for dope money, saying we need people to run as Republican so they can vote for the Democratic Party to change things in South Carolina to suit their needs. Isn't that election fraud? Wouldn't that be fraudulent to be doing that? Oh, hold up. Yeah, this woman needs to go to jail. She needs to be behind fucking bars. You little N-word this, N-word that, dope money, dope money, dope money. You ain't fooling nobody with that shit. To say it's tongue-in-cheek, I was just trying to use their language. No, you weren't. That was sincere. You fully fucking believe that you were asking for that dope money. That was a racist ass rant through and fucking through with all of that. I don't care if y'all talk to each other like that. I don't care if black people talk to each other like that. That was racist as fuck. So whatever y'all got going on in South Carolina, y'all need to fix your shit. You really do. You need to fix your shit and get all this under control. All right, so let's go on to the next one here because this woman is going up against Tim Scott. I don't care about the Republican Party, but I do hate the fucking Democratic Party for what it stands for now. But I hope Tim Scott wipes the fucking floor with this woman. All you got to do is just bring this up. Don't matter what Project Veritas, how they come after them. That was her. That was her soliciting illegal funds for her campaign, going on a racist tangent, saying that people need to run as Republicans so they can vote for the Democratic. That is election meddling. I mean, that is meddling. That is political meddling on a huge scale. No, she does not need to be able to run. She needs to be stricken from the ballot right the hell now and thrown in jail. But here we go. From ABC News. Now, I covered yesterday about a guy who opened fire on a crowd for a parade. So we're going to get some more into that. Gunman fired 70 plus rounds at a 4th of July parade. 7 dead. The gunman who attacked an Independence parade in suburban Chicago fired more than 70 rounds with an AR-15 style gun that killed at least 7 people. Yeah, this was in Highland Park, Illinois. The gunman who attacked an Independence Day parade in Chicago, 70 rounds, killed at least 7 people, then evaded initial capture by dressing as a woman and blending into the fleeing crowd, police said Tuesday. Yeah, using the transgender cover. What y'all got to say about that now? Okay. Let's do it. Let's get into this, please. As Spokesman for the Lake County Mayor Crimes Task Force told news conference that suspected shooter who was arrested late Monday used a high-powered rifle similar to an AR-15 to spray bullets from atop a commercial building into a crowd that had gathered for the parade in Highland Park, a close-knit community on the shores of Lake Michigan that had drawn the rich and sometimes famous. More than 30 people were wounded in the attack, including one who died Tuesday, task force spokesperson Christopher Cavelli said. Investigators who have interrogated the suspect and reviewed his social media post have not determined a motive for the attack or found any indication that he targeted anyone by race, religion, or other protected status. What about just crazy as shit? There's a motive behind this attack. I think he's just hiding it. The shooter spent several weeks planning the assault, Cavelli said. Authorities have not filed criminal charges. Earlier in the day, FBI agents peeked into the trash cans and under picnic baskets as they searched for more evidence at the site where the assailant opened fire. The shots were initially mistaken for fireworks before hundreds of revelers fled in terror. A day later, oh my God, I'm not going through that again. The appeal to emotion to try and get you scared over guns again. David Shapiro, 47, said the spray of gunfire quickly turned the parade into chaos. People didn't know right away where the gunfire was coming from, whether the gunman was in front or behind or chasing you, he said Tuesday, and he retrieved the stroller and lawn chair. Whatever. The shooting was just the latest to shatter rituals of American life. The schools, churches, grocery stores, and now community parades have all become killing grounds in recent months. This time, the bloodshed came, and as the nation tried to find causes to celebrate its founding, and it's the same shit as what we covered yesterday, mostly. It definitely hits a lot harder when it's not only your hometown, but it's also right in front of you, resident Ron Towson said, as he and a friend returned to the parade route Monday evening to retrieve chairs, blankets, and a child's bike that his family abandoned when the shooting began. It's commonplace now. We don't blink anymore. Until laws change, it's going to be more of the same. There's your appeal for gun reform, gun control. There's your appeal to disarm the population. You're not looking into a motive as to why these things are happening. You're not going into actual how these things are occurring. The first thing you want to do is take away people's guns. When the vast majority of gun owners aren't even violent, have never had a single crime that would warrant taking away guns. One bad apple spoils the bunch, right? Yeah. So you can take away our guns and we can be defenseless, so we can go through the same thing like Australia did during their COVID lockdowns. Or hell, let's turn us into China. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's let the state literally weld us into our homes and execute any political dissidents, right? That's what you're advocating for. Because that's the only thing that stands between us and China right now, is the fact that we can fight back. However you may deem it to be, oh, they got F-15s and nukes. What are you going to do? That's the fucking reason we need them. Because if they turn those weapons on the American citizens, at least we can put up some kind of a fucking fight. Stop being stupid. Police officer pulled over Robert E. Crimo III north of the shooting scene several hours later as police released his photo and warned that he was likely armed and dangerous. Highland Park Police Chief Lou Jogman said. Authorities initially said Crimo, whose father once ran for mayor of Highland Park, was 22, but an FBI bulletin in Crimo's social media said he was 21. The shooting occurred at a spot on the parade route where many residents had staked. We've already gone through that. We already knew. We went through that information yesterday as well. But apparently this dude, like, they've caught him, but they're not saying why this happened because they don't know. Apparently his social media was full of planning this out for weeks. How? How do you not? How do you not catch this dude before this happens? Yeah, but you can ban people like Jordan Peterson for dead naming, calling Ellen Page Elliot Page, and saying that the doctor was criminal for taking away Ellen Page's breast when she became Elliot Page. You can ban, God, who was it? Dave Rubin? For not repeating, but just saying Jordan Peterson is banned for this and posting a screenshot of why he was banned. But you can't catch these motherfuckers? Yeah, you can ban everybody on social media for everything. Everything, the littlest fucking offense. But yet you can't find people that are planning to do acts like this. You do nothing about the calls for violence. You did nothing as Antifa organized on your fucking platforms. Yeah. You do nothing about that. But you want to ban somebody for dead naming. I mean, fuck. Years ago, I was banned on Facebook because I made a post about the PlayStation 5 and somehow it's drug related. Because my page was gaining some followers. My page was getting noticed. I had over 10,000 people talking about censorship that was going on at that time. Back in, 2018? And then all of a sudden, my page is banned. You can look for that. You can find that. But you can't find this. What about the Buffalo shooter? Not the Buffalo shooter. Yeah, the Buffalo shooter. The Buffalo shooter was planning that shit on social media, letting out details about what he was planning. The dude who drove the I want to say a suburban, the SUV into a parade, a Christmas parade. Y'all remember that story? Back in December of last year? To take out white people because he was mad and he was a black supremacist. You can't find that shit, right? You can't stop that shit. But you can definitely remove somebody for dead naming. You can ban somebody's account because somehow talking about the PlayStation 5 is drug related. Make it make sense. But yeah, Jordan Peterson is banned on Twitter for dead naming Elliot Page, Ellen Page, whatever the hell you want to call her. I don't care. I'm not playing by your stupid ass rules anymore, and I'm not going to play. I never have played by your stupid ass rules. I will never do it. I don't care what you think or how you feel about me. Call me homophobic, call me transphobic, call me any kind of phobic you want to. That name, those phobic terms, those isms have been thrown around so much, it doesn't matter anymore. No one cares. It's just showing that you have absolutely nothing to fight with. It's you just giving up the fight. That's what it is. And it's pathetic. It really is. It's pathetic that you have to go to that because your arguments hold no weight. But yet you can't find this shit. You can't stop this shit. You can't red flag these motherfuckers. You want to talk about red flag laws? Here you go. Here's a perfect example of how your red flag laws wouldn't fucking work. Multiple examples of how those red flag laws wouldn't work. I mean, we can find Saddam Hussein sitting in a fucking hole in the ground, but yet this can't stop? Okay. Makes no damn sense. All right. Let's move on to some more woke culture insanity dumb shit. This comes from The Hill. Bette Midler says trans inclusive language erases women. We are being stripped of our rights, our bodies, our lives, and even our name, Midler wrote in Twitter message addressed to women of the world. Kind of want to agree with you, but let's read more into what's going on here. The actress and singer Bette Midler on Monday said women are being erased from society. Oh my God, the camera's off. Green screen's all messed up. Anyway, but women are being erased from society as LGBTQ plus activists highlighted the need for gender inclusive language abortion discussions. What? Hold on. My mind has already exploded from that shit. I'm just going to continue. I will reserve that comment for a little bit later. In a message posted to Twitter addressing women of the world, Midler 76 wrote that cisgender women are being stripped of their rights over our bodies, our lives, and even our name. What? How are you being stripped of your rights? Your bodies I can understand because now you're bleeding people or menstruators. You're no longer women. You're birthing people, bleeders, menstruators. Yeah, that's what you're turning into. Because the trans community is now women, right? Men becoming women are now women. You're just a bleeder. You're just a birthing person. And you're just a menstruator. Okay. Okay. And you wonder why this LGBTQ plus shit it's losing fucking steam and actually losing the argument? You wonder why a lot more people are actually pushing back on your bullshit now? They don't call us women anymore. They call us birthing people. Oh. Or menstruators and even people with vaginas. But wait. Can't men have vaginas too, right? I mean, women can have penises. I guess men can have vaginas, right? The stupidity of all this has reached an all-time high. And it's only going to go up from here. I don't know why the fuck I'm actually surprised about this, but I don't know why I am. I don't know why. I mean, me and Abel have called this shit out since the beginning. But okay. In June, the Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade, which had established the constitutional right to an abortion. But there is no constitutional right to it. Matter of fact, Roe, in the case, which isn't the woman's name, never had an abortion. All of that was a fucking lie. All of it. That whole fucking case was a goddamn lie. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say you can kill an unborn child. Nowhere. So which means the 10th Amendment, I will always keep repeating this shit, which means in that case, the 10th Amendment would kick in and look up the 10th Amendment because I'm tired of explaining it to you. It just gives the right of you as an individual to change laws in your state to suit your fucking need. Whatever you want. Whatever. Now Midler was among many celebrities to criticize the court's ruling. Backlash to the actress's comments which are typically, there's a period there for no reason, typically critical of conservative viewpoints and lawmakers, was swift, with transgender and LGBTQ advocates calling for Midler to recognize that women are not the only people who may become pregnant. Yes, the fuck they are. Yes, they are. If you have a uterus, working or not, guess what? You're a woman. Unless you're one of those rare cases where you're actually like hermaphroditic. Where you're a hermaphrodite, you got both men and women female organs that actually work. I mean, you can't be called man or woman if both sets of sexual organs work. So, 3 genders. No one is trying to erase women with the inclusive language about people who need abortion care. Yes. Yes, the fuck you are. The patriarchy that feminism is fighting has become the patriarchy. You are turning men into women and saying that men are bad because of the patriarchy. You're letting women turn into men to become the patriarchy you are fighting. The stupidity cycle continues. Okay. The author Roxanne Gay tweeted in response, "No one is calling you anything but what you prefer. You should extend that courtesy in return." No. No, the fuck I shouldn't. No one's calling me anything than what I prefer. Cisgender. There's a lot of motherfuckers that don't want to be called that, but yet you still disrespect their terms. Yeah. Nobody's calling you the more than what you prefer, but yet you'll say transphobic, you'll say homophobic, you'll say sexist, you'll say racist, you'll say everything else to try to paint anybody that disagrees with you as evil. But yet nobody's calling you anything but what you prefer? You're straight up fucking lying. God damn. You're straight up lying, Roxanne Gay. Don't fall for the anti-trans panic fake nonsense. Nobody's panicking. And very few people are against the trans community. We just don't like your disrespect while you tell us to respect you. We don't want you demanding we use your fake, made-up, bullshit-ass terms while you sit there and disrespect us and call us whatever the fuck names you want because you're allowed to get away with it. You want respect? Goddamn, motherfuck, show it. How hard is that? Stop playing stupid. Stop with the goddamn lies. You want respect? Show it. It's easy. And until you do, you don't get respect. Sorry, not sorry. Don't give a fuck about your feelings. An Irish drag queen and LGBTQ rights activist tweeted at Midler, "No one is erasing women. In few small healthcare cases where appropriate, they are including using trans-inclusive language. That's all." But you can't tell me what a woman is until abortion comes back into play. Now you all of a sudden you know exactly what a woman is. You can't say he or she anymore. You got to go Z, zer, zim, bug self, demon self, dim self. Go fuck yourself. That's your pronoun. That's my pronoun for you. Go fuck yourself. Straight up. Until you come back down to reality, that's going to be your pronoun. Go fuck yourself. Nicole Mendes, who in 2018 became the first person to portray a transgender superhero on television, said inclusive language is crucial to ensuring transgender people are able to access the medical care they require. They're able to. Medically, men and women must be treated differently. There are pain medications, pain blockers that have to be given to women because they don't work for men. There is anesthetics that can only be given to men because they don't work for women. Medical fucking fact. Medical care they require, it's already fucking there. Just because you claim you're a man doesn't make you a fucking man medically. God damn. Stop with the stupidity. But go ahead. You go ahead. You go ahead and keep that fucking rolling. Keep that energy going. Because when you wind up hurt or, God forbid, die because you want to keep this shit up, yeah, let's see how the hospitals react. Huh? Oh, you want to sue the hospitals because it's medical malpractice? The fact that you didn't let them know you're transgender and you're actually a man or a woman biologically? Yeah, keep that fucking rolling. Because when those lawsuits start popping up, guess what's going to fucking happen? That shit's going to be put to an end very quickly. That language is reflective of the reality that simply not just cisgender women menstruate or have the need to reproductive health care. See, there you go with the cisgender shit. There you go with the cisgender shit. Just say man or woman. Nobody's got a problem with saying trans man, trans woman. Well, there probably are people out there, but the vast majority of us don't have a fucking problem with it. And when you go into a hospital saying, I'm a trans man or I'm a trans woman, they already instinctively know, hey, you're the opposite biologically. So we need to treat you medically the opposite of what you claim. Simple. Problem fucking solved. Bitch. Oh my God. It takes away nothing from anyone to update and use accurate terminology as our understanding evolves. Yeah, it takes away brain cells from anybody who has to be forced and subjected to your mental illness to make you feel better about yourself. Let's not mix words. Let's not try to please people. You get offended over shit like that, go fuck yourself. Seriously. Go fuck yourself. You don't want to be respectful to anybody else, but you demand everybody respect you, right? Kind of like the Jeffrey Marsh on TikTok. Yeah, look that motherfucker up. All that dude does is put on fucking makeup. Doesn't even shave his face. All that dude is put on fucking makeup and a dress and act like he's trans. And he's propped up. He's a protected fucking account. Anything you say against him, your shit gets taken down. Or your whole account gets banned. Yeah, look that shit up. Maines, who is transgender in 2014, successfully sued her school district after she was barred from using the girls' restroom. The case, which was taken to the Maine Supreme Court, gave transgender people in the state the right to use the restrooms and locker rooms consistent with their gender identity. And this is the kind of shit that led that boy in a skirt to anally assault a girl, in which the father tried to stand up for that girl at a PTA meeting, and the father got arrested. That child was sexually assaulted by a boy in a skirt, is how they wrote it out. because they didn't want to hurt the transgender community. Yeah. The kind of shit that led up to that. Some compared Midler's remarks to those made by the author J.K. Rowling, whose views on the transgender issues and identities have been accused of being transphobic. I'm going to use that fucking stupid ass kind of language for anything like that because it means nothing goddamn more. You've used it too much. Nobody fucking cares. Call us what the fuck you will. Until you become respectful, until you can actually have a goddamn real conversation and come back down to reality a little bit, nobody gives a shit. In 2020, Rowling mocked the headline of a news article about people who menstruate. I'm sure there used to be a word for those people. Rowling wrote on Twitter, "Someone help me out. Woman, wimpund, woman." But not all. I do remember looking at that tweet for the first fucking time, and I do remember laughing. Props to J.K. Rowling for that shit. That was fucking hilarious. But not all reactions to Midler's remarks were negative. Oh, look. The Hill is actually giving the other side of the argument. We need more of this. The writer Catherine Botsky tweeted that the terms like birthing person or vulva haver are dehumanizing. Yes, they are. They are. You are erasing the word woman because you're trans by saying the longest fucking terms ever for the word woman. It's not hard to be inclusive by saying women and ... She wrote. No one is erased or ignored. Problem solved. And yet, you took it all out. You took it all out. Come on, context. Context the Hill. Don't sit there and do that shit and expect to get away with it any goddamn more. No. I mean, you can get banned on Twitter for not having context in a fucking picture, or at least flagged for misinformation. But yet you're able to get away with that shit? No, a simple screenshot in the article would have proven your goddamn point. But no, let's not do that. It takes too long. It takes too long to do our job correctly. I'm not even a fucking journalist, and I'm calling your fucking stupid lazy asses out. The controversial right-wing social media account, there's the framing. Libs of TikTok also chimed in asking, who's they that aren't changing these terms? I mean, good point. Who's the they you're talking about? Are you talking about the they thems that want to be singular somehow because of their pronouns and they have a mental illness that we prop up and advocate for? Who is the they you're talking about? Good point. Some studies suggest that replacing words like women with gender-neutral language in medical research could negatively impact the health of cisgender women by reducing their visibility and autonomy. Biologically, that is 100% fucking correct. But others have argued that leaving people like transgender men and non-binary people who couldn't get pregnant out of mainstream research or policy discussions can be just as damaging. How? Because you don't get your 15 minutes of fucking fame? Because you're not propped up in society and told that you're wonderful, you're great for having body dysmorphia? Or gender dysmorphia? Or whatever the fuck you want to call it? It's become a fucking trend. Most of the people that call themselves trans or non-binary really aren't. They're doing it for likes and views on social media. They're doing it for the fame on social media. It's a fucking trend. And you're taking these people like Buck Angel, like Blair White. Fuck, Abel. Abel got wrapped up into that shit. You're turning on those people who are actually what they claim to be and propping up people like Jeffrey Marsh on TikTok, who puts on makeup and wears a fucking dress, doesn't even try to wear a wig or grow his hair out or shave his fucking beard. But you prop him up. You make him look good. Okay. Dude didn't even change his fucking name. And you prop him up. But yet you demonize real women and real men. Good job. Good job. While you demand respect, you disrespect. Okay. Yeah. Fucking stupidity. There is no benefit to women who... there is no benefit to women when we obscure or hide this scientific fact. Many women have experienced the acute harm that comes from receiving inaccurate information about their bodies. Midwives Alliance of North America wrote in 2015 statement on gender inclusive language. Y'all motherfuckers want to... Okay. Call up a hospital. Call up your doctor. Call up anybody in the medical fucking field and ask them, biologically, other than reproductive wise, biologically, do you have to treat men and women differently medically? And I guarantee you, every single fucking one of them will say yes. Every one of them. Because there are things that work for women, not reproductive wise. There are things that work for women that do not work for men. There are even penicillins that work on men that do not work on women. Antibiotics. Fucking intelligent. We understand the fear of erasure, but we don't win the fight for women by erasing others who lack a place, name, and voice. The only people you are erasing is women by calling them birthing people, menstruators, vagina havers, vulva havers, whatever the fuck. Y'all are just throwing darts at a fucking board hoping something sticks. That's what it is. And none of it's gonna stick because all throughout human history up until 2022 or 2020 here in America, we know what the fuck a woman was, but all of a sudden we don't. Yet Roe versus Wade gets overturned and everybody knows what the fuck a woman is now, right? But good on you, Bette Midler. Welcome to the fight. There are a lot more people joining this side now. A lot more people are stopping this woke ideology bullshit, especially celebrities. A lot more of you are starting to step up. And it's great. Now, we don't give a shit. Like, because of the lockdowns, we don't give a shit about your celebrity status. We don't give a shit what you've got to say as a celebrity. You have a bigger voice than I do. So the fact that you're standing up and actually speaking out against this shit, which you probably helped to prop up in the first goddamn place, the fact that you're now speaking up, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't give a shit about your singing, acting career or anything like that. I know who the fuck you are. I don't give a shit. But you have my respect now. A little bit. Because come tomorrow, you could change and do this same exact thing when your career takes a fucking hit. But now let's go on to the actual heartbreaking story of all this. This one is kind of messed up. 100-year-old World War II vet. This comes from New York Post. 100-year-old World War II vet breaks down, says this isn't the country we fought for. Does this have? I actually want to play this video. We're gonna go ahead and play this.
I don't know. I've lived a good life. I mean, I've had a lot of happiness, smiling, telling everybody that everything was beautiful every day. If I went into my church and didn't say everything was beautiful, they'd think I was sick. And I'm not that way. I mean, I sincerely believe in this old world that everything is beautiful. I mean, if I wake up in the morning and see these plants out here and all those flowers that are in there and the green grass on the ground, that's beautiful. And people don't realize what they have. They bitch about it.
They do.
Yeah.
And then nowadays, I am so upset that the things we did and the things we fought for and the boys that died for it, it's all gone down the drain.
Yeah.
Our country's gone to hell in a handbasket. We haven't got the country we had when I was raised. Not at all. Nobody will have the fun I had. Nobody will have the opportunity I had. It's just not the same. And that's not what our boys, that's not what they died for. It's just not it. Darling, I'm so sorry. I'll be all right. Just takes me time to get over it because why me? See, sitting here like this, see, all this going on.
It's crazy.
Listen, it's just, Emily, it's just not the same. That isn't what we fought for. Oh well, I should be worried about it, I guess. I'm 100 years old, they say.
That one will be
I'm
my
not-
fight.
I worry about it. Yes, I worry.
That will be my fight. Yeah. For sure.
Well, okay, you said you just remember everything's beautiful, and live every day to the fullest. Just enjoy everything you possibly can.
You are right, sir. You are 100% right. I don't even need to read this. Herschel Woody Williams died Wednesday, 98 years old. This was written on July 3rd. So he died on the 29th. You are 100% correct, sir. It's not even the country that I grew up in anymore. You know, in the country I grew up in, I wouldn't even be doing this. In the country that I grew up in, I'd be okay, even if I was single, paying my bills, and still having money left over at the end of the month, at the end of the week. not living paycheck to paycheck, not caring about somebody's fucking feelings because they got upset about something, not worrying how the government's gonna bend me over, chain me to a barrel, and fuck me in the ass yet again. Not caring about the political violence, the riots, the race problem never existed. So much has changed, even in my time. Can't imagine what that man saw. I can't imagine the bullshit that man who sacrificed everything for his country and made it out alive, while a lot of the people that he fought beside didn't. Also, we could die seeing this country go down. Yeah. You know, I want to hear that again. I'm sorry. I want to hear that again. I'm gonna replay that.
I don't know. I've lived a good life. I mean, I've had a lot of happiness, smiling, telling everybody that everything was beautiful every day. If I went into my church and didn't say everything was beautiful, they'd think I was sick. And I'm not that way. I mean, I sincerely believe in this old world that everything is beautiful. I mean, if I wake up in the morning and see these plants out here and all those flowers that are in there and the green grass on the ground, that's beautiful. And people don't realize what they have. They bitch about it.
They do.
And then nowadays, I am so upset that the things we did and the things we fought for and the boys that died for it, it's all gone down the drain. Our country's gone to hell in a handbasket. We haven't got the country we had when I was raised. Not at all. Nobody will have the fun I had. Nobody will have the opportunity I had. It's just not the same. And that's not what our boys, that's not what they died for. It's just not it. Darling, I'm so sorry. I'll be all right. Just takes me time to get over it. Because why me? See, sitting here like this, see, all this going on.
It's crazy.
Listen, it's just, Emily, it's just not the same. That isn't what we fought for. Oh, well, I should be worried about it, I guess. I'm 100 years old, they say.
That one will be
I'm
my
not-
fight.
I worry about it. Yes, I worry.
That will be my fight. Yeah. For sure.
Well, okay, you.
Well, then start
you just
fighting.
Remember, everything's beautiful, and live every day to the fullest. Just enjoy everything you possibly can.
That man didn't even make it. That man passed away June 29th, 2022. He lived through World War fucking II just to die. See what y'all changed this fucking country into. Yeah. It's a heartbreaking fucking story. I will read from the end of that. Williams is also a U.S. Marine, received his medal for heroism from former President Harry Truman during the Battle of Iwo Jima in 1945. America's 63 living Medal of Honor recipients honored Williams in a statement to Fox News Digital. Friends and family of Woody Williams knew him as a West Virginia farmer's son and the youngest of 11 children who dutifully supported his family after his father died. Fellow Marines knew him as a corporal who volunteered for a mission on Iwo Jima to clear a lane through enemy pillboxes that were destroying American tanks. He fucking volunteered for that shit. I don't know you, sir, but you have my fucking respect. Veterans in West Virginia knew him as the advocate through his work as a veteran service representative. Gold Star families who knew Woody through his work, raising money for scholarships and other programs through the Woody Williams Foundation. We, his fellow Medal of Honor recipients, knew him as our friend and one of our heroes. We will miss him greatly. I've been at this probably 25 to 30 times, but I believe today we have more honorees than we've ever had before, and it's encouraging. Williams told WSAZ during Veterans event. It gives me encouragement that we're coming back and that we will again be the United States of America that had so much patriotism and love of country. We will. We will. There are too many people pushing back now. There are too many people that are speaking up. And the voice is only going to get louder. Rest in peace, sir. We will be back. We will be back. This won't happen much longer. All right. I just wanted to bring y'all that. God, that actually almost it moved me a bit. I don't even know the man. Ladies and gentlemen, the pushback is only starting. Even on that degenerate, disgusting platform of TikTok, I have noticed that more than half of their base, their users, are now Republican. The people that were Democrat have started to come to the realization that they've been lied to, they've been used, they've been abused, they've been manipulated. More than half of the accounts are now conservative. Because we're having conversations. All the guests on this show, except for the Joseph Santos and some of my gaming friends that we've had, all of that came from TikTok. And every single one of them changed their views from having conversations. Every single one of them changed their views because they broke down and started researching things themselves. Every single one of them. We're just like you and I were not too long ago. We're just like the disturbed, mentally ill people are right now. But conversations are changing minds. We need to have more of these conversations, ladies and gentlemen. I'll go ahead and say it. Fuck it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and that technicolor rainbow in between. We need to sit down and we need to fucking talk now. Stop with the bullshit. Stop trying to exclude somebody from a conversation just because you don't like what the fuck they say. I mean, for a long time, it was no uterus. Well, my body, my choice, then no uterus, no opinion. Then all of a sudden, everybody knows what a woman is. And now you're demanding men fight for you. Where was that energy before? You demand men fight for your rights to kill babies in the womb just because you want to. 96% plus are elective. Doesn't have to do with health. Doesn't have to do with SA. Doesn't have to do with incest. It doesn't have to do with anything else you hide behind. And it's amazing that on TikTok, the men who talk about it know more about it than the women who talk about it. It's disturbing as fuck. It's disturbing as fuck that I can't give birth and I know more about the reproductive cycle and the cycle of human fucking life than most of the women on that app. It's disturbing as hell that time after time after time again on our show's TikTok account that I have to educate you on things that you should already fucking know. Not just about abortion. About political. About cultural. I'm 36 fucking years old. And I'm more educated, as y'all like to say on that app. I'm more educated about these kinds of things than y'all are. And you're these bigger accounts that I'm going up against. And I'm straight demolishing you. Because you have no basis in reality. Every bit of the argument is made up. Scary, ain't it? But ladies and gentlemen, go ahead, smash the like button on this show. Go ahead and share it with your friends, so we can get some more reach with the show, so we can have conversations with people, real conversations. I'm not talking about like gotcha moments or trying to shame you for what you believe or anything. We want to know why you believe what you believe and how you believe it. We need to start talking again so we can reach some kind of middle ground. This is what we're here for. So I can leave y'all with this like I always do. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate the hell out of y'all listening to me rant and rave and say a lot of stupid shit. But you do have a voice, and it is time to use it. Please sit down. Let's have a real conversation. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good night. Take care. And we'll see y'all again very soon.